A classic for Joe Pesci is My Cousin Vinny. It was the assignment for Hunt Palmer this week. Hunt comes in every Friday with his review. Hunt, give it to us.
Quality stuff there. I very much enjoyed My Cousin Vinny. I thought the casting was perfect, and I thought some of the lines and situations were great. I laughed out loud at the grit scene. I really laughed out loud at the opening argument, which Pesci's just asleep on his desk. And then they're like, all right, your opening argument, counselor. And he walks over and goes, everything that guy just said is BS, and walks off. I just laughed out loud when he said that.
A young Marissa Tomei.
See, so she was in a Seinfeld episode that I've seen a million times, and George gets to, like, go out with her because she finds him attractive. And I just never really got the Marissa Tomei thing because that's the only thing I'd ever seen her in was that episode. Now I get it. That was excellent work by her and My Cousin Vinny. And I was proud of myself as a person who doesn't get movies and never really pays attention to what's going on. I kind of had a feeling that camera that they were taking worthless pictures with was going to come back to figure something out. And it did, so I'm really smart.
Oh,
okay,
nice job, Hunt. Look at he's a
right.
real movie guy now.
Ralph Macchio trying to kick the Karate Kid stigma in this one.
See, I've never seen The Karate Kid. Don't know which one of those guys is in Karate Kid.
Wow, you don't even know which one is Ralph Macchio?
No.
Macchio or Macchio?
I have no idea. I have
It's
no idea.
Macchio.
I've never. I mean, I don't know. I've seen Karate Kid, but not a '80s kid. I wouldn't say.
So 5-star review for you.
I don't know if I would go as far as to say 5-star. I have to watch it again, but I thoroughly enjoyed the movie, and I'm glad that I watched it. It was lighthearted. I could tell where it was going, so I didn't have to think too hard, and the lines were funny. I thought, like I said, it was cast perfectly. The judge kind of cracked me up with his delivery of some of the lines, and then I thought that it was really good.
The late Fred Gwynn, the great judge in My Cousin Vinny, Judge Chamberlain Haller, and they make fun of Alabama the entire time as well in the 1992 comedy. All right, we're taking your suggestions inside of the huddle. A lot of people saying Karate Kid for the next movie could be a possibility. Hunt, we will have that.
I'm not gonna like Karate Kid.
I don't think so.
If I have to go out,
We'll have the assignment to you by close of business today. Did you watch the 2009 national championship replay last night?
I did not last night. I was booked on My Cousin Vinny. I have watched that thing on YouTube 5 million times. As I said, I'm not very social. I don't have much of a life, and I watch a lot of YouTube videos of old triumphant victories from my team. So I've got a pretty good feel for how that one went.
I asked Durbin this yesterday, and you may be a better resource here because of just your familiarity with the program and the team. Has there ever been a more unassuming superstar to ever come out of LSU than DJ LeMahieu?
Yeah, he could hit no matter what. I saw somebody put out on Twitter last night, like DJ really raked in that College World Series. I want to be like, that dude raked every time he picked up a bat since the early '90s. Like the guy just hit, and he hit a ton in that College World Series. That double he hit in Game 1 to tie the game in the ninth, maybe the biggest hit of the entire College World Series that year. He just continued to get big hit after big hit, and then he gets the big home run to dead center field in Game 1 of that series. He wasn't the MVP, but you could have made an argument for it for sure. I mean, obviously Mitchell had some huge hits. The triple to left center was massive. He hits a huge home run in the first inning of Game 3 and deserved the MVP of that series. But you could have given it to LeMahieu for sure. That guy, he didn't care if they moved him from shortstop to second base. Just give me the bat and let me go do some work.
We're talking to Hunt Palmer here on Off the Bench, 105.3, 94.7 ESPN. Hunt, so they replayed the baseball game last night, but basketball was in the news yesterday as you've seen a couple players choosing to skip out on college, go the G League route, go make some money immediately, and then, coincidentally, the NCAA comes out and says, hey, guys, we actually support name, image, and likeness. We're just working out all the details. What do you think with what the NCAA had to say yesterday?
So I think there's been a lot made. I mean, I was pretty outspoken on this show about people saying that, that it was a no-brainer and you have to go to the G League and college is worthless. And I was outspoken about all that. And I was very, said, look, I love that these kids want to get paid in the G League and get their $500,000 and some advertising deals and go develop their skills in pro basketball and bypass the game. That's fine with me. But the notion is that college basketball is going to die because 6 kids a year are going to skip out and not be one and done, and they're going to actually go play in the G League is ridiculous. How many of those guys go to Villanova? Nobody watches them. I mean, they're great. I mean, Calipari's going to have to adjust his recruiting strategy a little bit, and so is Krzyzewski. But most people aren't going to be affected by that because there aren't that many of these kids. And college basketball is going to be strong as ever when you've got guys who become brand names in college basketball because they stick around 3 years and are really productive players. I think that's fine too. And Kentucky fans are not going to stop pulling for their team. And in our neck of the woods, if Will Wade puts a good product on the floor, LSU fans aren't going to bail on their team because Zion Williamson's not playing for Duke. I don't buy that at all. I think it's great for everyone. If you've got guys who don't have any interest in playing college basketball, want to go make some money and get ready to go play in the NBA, I think it's perfectly fine.
Speaking of Will Wade's team, earlier this week, Javonte Smart and Emmett Williams put their name in. What do you make of these underclassmen that have decisions to make now?
Yeah, Will Wade's not much. I mean, he pretty much tells you what he thinks at press conferences, and he said that he feels like some guys are going to come back, and there's one guy that's 50-50, and it's not that difficult to figure out that that's probably Trendon Watford, who's 50-50. I think Javonte Smart wants some information, much like Skylar Mays last year, and he's very likely going to be back, and I believe Darius Days will be back, even though I think he's a pro basketball player at some point. I think Watford is the one, and it's not real difficult to figure this whole thing out when you look at the numbers. You're just counting to 13. And right now, he's saying that they want to get an extra big. Well, if Watford leaves, I think that he takes Watford's spot. If Watford comes back, I think somebody that's currently on the roster may find his name into the transfer portal. I think that's pretty easy to kind of figure out once you look at the numbers. So, we can trust Will Wade to manage the roster and the schedule, and he's put a good product out there every single time. I think he's got the thing under control, and we'll just kind of wait and let it see how it plays out.
Hunt, we will have a movie for you at some point today or through the weekend. We appreciate the breakdown today. We'll talk to you next Friday.
All right, guys. Y'all have a great weekend.
Yep, stay healthy.